Welcome to the DU Weekly Check-In. I'm joined by men's lacrosse head coach Bill Tierney. Coach, let's start talking about this past week because we played 3 games in a very short period of time, but we're able to come away with 3 wins against top teams in the country. Let's talk about that.
Well, it's exciting. I tell you, after that Penn loss a couple of weeks ago, we certainly, looking ahead to Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, it was quite a challenge, and I give our players and my staff all the credit in the world because they had to do something really good, and they all did that. California Notre Dame game, great crowd, great atmosphere. Our California guy Eric Adamson stands up and gets 6. 2 days later, Penn State, who had basically prepared for us for 8 days, we come in and kind of on a string, just gutted a great win out. Against a really, really good team. And then certainly this weekend against Ohio State, who threw a whole different look at us with the zone and the slowdown and some big-time players, and Jesse King and their goalie, was phenomenal. So, not just for the victories, but for how the kids adjusted to 3 different settings, 3 different style games, and were able to come out with victories with a lot of different people contributing. Pretty amazing.
Right. So now, I know we don't like to look too far ahead, but if the rest of the season plays out the way you want it to and it comes time to NCAA selection, do you think that what we've done in the past 3 games will kind of erase what happened in that Penn game in their minds?
You just never know because it's all based on how those teams that you beat do. So, it's like you go through the season, you play somebody, you hate them, you want to beat them, and then from that point on, if you do beat them, you root for them, and they become your favorite your favorite team. So we were anxious to see that Notre Dame had a great victory over Virginia yesterday, and we'll continue to watch what Ohio State and Penn State do. I think they're both going to have great years, but at the end of the year, there's not much you can do other than to just look back and have taken care of your business. We've got our second season, as Coach Brown calls it, coming up now, the regular season of the Big East. And then our third season's the Big East tournament. Our fourth season's the NCAA tournament. So there's a lot of lacrosse left in front of us.
Right. So let's talk about Rutgers. We have them coming into town this weekend at Peter Barton Lacrosse Stadium on Saturday at 1. Have you had a chance to really look at any of the film on them yet?
We have, and we're meeting with the kids. We're on spring break this week, so it's going to be Lacrosse Boot Camp 101, and we're gonna know Rutgers very well. They have a game tonight against Richmond. We're already into the serious mode of studying film. When you get to a point where you're 6-2 and a challenging non-league schedule, and now it starts anew, you got to refocus as well, and you got to understand that each game provides you an opportunity to be in a better spot for your league and national tournament.
Right, and then last question. Let's talk a little bit about Jamie Faust and what he's done this past week. He's been coming in kind of in that closer role, really secured really 2 tough wins for us this past week with Penn State and Ohio State, and really seeing the ball really well.
Well, both games we were tied at halftime in 2 different style games. Penn State at 7-7, Ohio State's 3-3.
Right.
First of all, credit to Ryan LaPlante. He did a great job against Ohio State the other day. I thought he was right on his game. But Jamie comes in. He is that closer, as you mentioned, and he's been very strong in that role. Jamie, since day one in September of this year, has come in. He knows this is his last year. He's a senior captain. He's taken that role very seriously, and he's really, really focused. And you could see it in his game the last couple of games. We're lucky to have him and proud to have him and feel comfortable in this role of starting Ryan and finishing with Jamie.
Great. Well, good luck this weekend. Thanks for tuning in to the Weekly Check-In.